Google Gemini has this awesome, amazing feature called Gemini Gems. So what that actually means is that you can go into Google Gemini and then you can create different versions of the chatbot. So you can have a version that can like automate processes. So if you're like creating newsletters, it can do that. If you're creating shorts, you can have a model doing that. If you want to do market analysis, you can do that. If you want it to act as an accountant and like doing specific tasks over and over and over, you can do that. If you want the chatbot to be specific, like so you have like maybe you have some business. So you have one business, you can actually create a Gemini gem for one business, a Gemini gem for another business. You can create a Gemini gem for one customer, and then you can put all the information about this one thing into that chatbot. So it doesn't conflict with you talking and like making the Gemini go and make like bedtime stories. Like if I want to create a bedtime story for my daughter, then it's not like it doesn't have all this information, right? Because it's not relevant. So you simply just create one specific Gemini to do one thing. So one thing is we can use it to automate tasks. So in this case, right, I have a video where I talk about you can take a PDF and then you can put a control and then you can actually make it like create newsletters with like hooks, main point, draft, edit, so on and so forth. So in the past, you would just use the big Gemini and just put like the playbook inside if you want to automate things. We don't need to do that anymore, right? So we can go in and then we can create a Gembot on the left side. There are like different like templates for this, but in this case, we'll just go and create a Gembot. So in this case, I can create a Gembot. So I'll just using this example, like a newsletter generator, right? So that's like automating a task, but I can put like a customer name inside too, right? And then everything related to that customer is inside that. If I have just one simple project about that, I can do that and so on and so forth. Then I can make a description. So in this case, it writes newsletters for me. Then we have like the controls or like instructions for the things. So I can write the things and then like try to write controls. In this case, this is an automation. So I'll just put like execute step 1, 2, 3, 4. After each step, verify success criteria explicitly. That's given in the playbook. Then stop and wait for approval. Never merge steps, so on so forth. Gemini actually has a cool feature with this one that can help you with the instructions. I can write it better than you can, and then you have like the knowledge you can put down here. So we can put, like in this case, I put a playbook. It's better to put a markdown document, but you can put it in PDF. So you have all the information about this one task. So if you're working with a client, you can put everything you have about that client inside there, right? So it just knows everything about that client, this thing when you're talking about it. So it's not mixing it with other clients and you need to put it in every single time. You can see how it's going to look here on the right side, and then you can click save. And then you have this specific language model, in this case Gemini, with this specific task or like concerning one specific customer or something like that. In this case, because I put the playbook, then it always has like this information inside the system. So I can just write that this week's topic for the newsletter is like how Gemini Gems will change your life. And then what happens is that then it will just execute the instructions I have inside my PDF in this case, right? So I just created like a bot that performs a task, right? So it will just say like, hello, I'm your newsletter generator. I've analyzed the task playbook, PDF, and will execute the newsletter creation process strictly one step at a time, ensuring all success criteria are met before moving forward. Here's step 1, write outline for the topic, how Gemini Gems will change your life. Stop writing the same 3-paragraph prompt every time you need a specific task done. Are you tired of repeating your context and tone instructions to AI 5 times a day? It's the digital equivalent of explaining your coffee order to the same barista every single morning. Main point, concept, customization is the key to scaling yourself. Gemini Gems aren't just safe chats, they're specialized custom versions of Gemini that act as expert employees for solopreneurs. That means finally hiring a specialist without adding to the payroll. And then it creates like illustrations. I have like some success criteria verification. And then if I click next step, it will generate the newsletter, the first draft. And then if I approve, then it will like do it in my language, like recreate it a little bit with the brand voice, right? Stop explaining your life story to a chatbot. Typing out your context, background, and tone instructions 5 times per day isn't prompt engineering. It's the digital equivalent of explaining a complex coffee order to the same barista every single morning. It's exhausting, and frankly, you don't have time for it. If you are scaling a one-person business, repeating yourself isn't just annoying, it's expensive. Meet Gemini Gems. So it does a good job here, right? And we can get consistency here, right? And we can create stuff like here with the newsletter. I can have it create a newsletter for me exactly the same way every single time. So that's Gemini Gems. I have a link to the playbook video up here if you want to see what was inside the playbook I'm talking about here. I have one with projects with ChatGPT 2 if you want to watch that. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. Else, that's all for me in this video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.